Hello and welcome to this week's episode of They're Not Even Real Housewives though. Rosie and Tajani are back. It is like 17 days until Christmas. There are lights everywhere.
It's way
Rosie
less
went
than
to the
17.
range. We're having moments of Christmas spirit and joy, people.
It's everywhere.
Spirit and joy.
It's happening onto us now. You're just smug because you've done your Christmas shopping.
Yeah, I finished that today. Still. Yeah.
I've not finished.
I haven't done the food yet, obviously, but I'm on my third set of tins of Quality Street and roses.
There is a column of tins of sweets in my hallway because Dan has bought so many for like staff like that he works with for other teachers, but it's feet high.
Yeah, I'm on my third set of tins. This is the third time I've been to the shop to
They're
buy
so
them.
small though.
The kids just like constantly eating them.
The kids like the ones that I'm not that keen on, which is good.
See, now we're at that. We used to be at that phase, but we're at the phase now where they like the ones that I really like. But I like the weird ones. Like I love the orange cream, and I love
I like the orange
ones.
creams.
Yeah. Okay.
The dark
Good.
chocolate. I can't be fucked with the toffee penny and that finger
Oh
of
no,
fudge,
I
or whatever
can't.
it is.
I like the finger of fudge thingy, Bobby, but I can't do the
Ah.
toffee penny. I am too
No.
old for that. My teeth will fall out.
This is what I say to Dan. I'm like, there's not enough teeth in your head already. Stop.
To go with his
It's
ball
very
patches.
expensive if you have to get a new tooth.
It is very
The
expensive.
bargain of the box of Quality Street.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
outweigh. How do you feel about the? Have you seen that there's a mint Terry's chocolate orange?
I have no. First of all, you said Terry's chocolate orange. At what point should mint be involved in that? Terry's chocolate orange is the premier chocolate at Christmas. Premier chocolate at Christmas.
Excellent.
It's closely followed by a Ferrero Rocher.
Oh, we have discussed your Ferrero Rocher, love.
But the budget for Ferrero Rocher, I don't know if it's there, you know. That's
No,
like a
yeah,
ham. Like when you're looking at when you're doing your food shop and you're looking at a box of Ferrero Rocher that's going to last at most 48 hours, let's be clear.
Yeah.
Or a ham.
You're right. The logical part of your brain knows which way to go with that, but the heart wants what it wants.
Oh, I'm going to buy both, let's be clear. Like, I'm going to do it. But I have to wait until later. Like, I can't have Ferrero Rocher now because, as I've said, there's still like 17 days until Christmas.
Yeah.
And there's not going to be any left for Christmas Day.
You know it's not 17, right?
It is 17. How many is it?
It's like 14.
No, it's not. I've still got no. I need those 3 days.
Like in a fortnight, it will be Christmas.
No, it'll be Christmas Eve.
In a fortnight tomorrow. By the time people listen to this, though, it'll be even less. This is not the content people were expecting.
I might cut a lot of this out. All right, let's go. Words on the street.
Oh, I got words on the street.
Go.
Leah
is half naked on OnlyFans.
Yeah, she's got OnlyFans, but the free warm-up pictures are so awful.
She looks like
someone's been exploited.
Well, she also looked like a skinned turkey. So
is that the gig?
I don't know, but the shot where she was on all fours with the star covering her back passage, the side, her rib cage skin bit looked like wrinkly, like a chicken or a turkey.
Yeah, no, and like the lighting's not very good. It just looks.
Yeah.
It looks like revenge porn. I'm sad about it.
Yeah, it doesn't look right, does it? And people are like, is she that hard up for cash? I'm like, no.
She doesn't care. No, I think it's absolutely fine. I just think do it better.
Yeah, because you are gorgeous. Yeah.
I just think it's not that's why I kind of think it's like a decision, isn't it? Like it's some sort of like
it's avant-garde.
Heroin, yeah, kink. Andy's all loved up
with John Mayer.
Yeah.
Is that really true?
I don't know. There's several sightings of them together.
Yeah, but they're best friends. He's in every single one of his books. He comes on the show all the time.
There's coming on the show and then there's walking behind people carrying their luggage looking slightly grumpy.
Fair.
I saw Andy's latest reel of him talking to Ben going like, stop eating the ornamental gingerbread house in my apartment. I think it's real gingerbread, but I think it's like,
this probably cost me $600. Like,
and it's probably like 3 weeks old or something, isn't it? And he's like, I can't. It's just so tasty.
Yeah.
But it's like old and stale. And he's like, but it's like biscuits, like
biscuits with icing and jelly tots.
He's like, I want you to try. He's like, I can't.
Yeah,
like, he's telling you. He's being so honest.
I'm gonna make mine tomorrow, I think.
Do you make a gingerbread house?
I mean, I don't buy the gingerbread. I buy the gingerbread and then I make it, yeah.
And assemble it?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. It's the only thing I do.
No, it's not.
I don't do like crafts and stuff. Like, that's the only thing that I do because it's food related.
Just that, and then the entire Christmas dinner.
Well, yeah,
I
do that.
Presents and the decorating. Yeah. Just that.
Just that stuff. Yeah, I don't go in the lot.
I sent you on Instagram the Salt Lake City reunion looks.
Not one of them look good. Not one. Not one.
No, absolutely they don't.
The colour of Monica is stunning, but the dress is hideous.
I think I know what the theme is.
Underwater
I think it's Project Runway 3rd Week Challenge. You
said this before about another one.
Have I?
You have.
I just think it looks like particularly Meredith's. It's like an experiment in drapery. Like, I don't think Meredith's wearing it right. Like, that's one of those dresses that you can wear 97 ways, and this is the 97th way.
I feel like the shoulder bits.
That shouldn't go round her neck. That's a waistband. Yeah, she's put it round her neck.
Yeah, or it's supposed to go under the boobs to lift the boob. There's something not right.
I don't know how the bit, like, is the necklace holding that front bit down?
Oh, maybe.
Because her face looks brilliant.
Yeah, her makeup's flawless. In fact, all of their makeup is flawless. They all look amazing from the neck down.
But, like, oh dear Lord. I mean, Monica's just doesn't fit her well. It's just not like tailored.
It's Angie's, a nice concept though.
Yes,
I like the concept.
If it was made to fit her, I worry that in some lighting it could look very cheap.
Yeah, but the colour,
the asymmetry of Angie's looks like it looks like the after of a fight.
Yeah, I don't understand how she got that on.
And again, Mary's just weird drapery. Heather's weird drapery. It makes it look like I have 4 boobs. And then Whitney's, what the actual fuck? Whitney's looks like she came with just the top on, and they were like, you can't. We're going to have to put some fabric around that. And they just like wrapped a bit around her ass.
I don't know. I do quite like the top half though. You know, if it was like more of a crop top and she had it with a pair of jeans.
It reminds me of those like felt cutout placemats.
Oh yes.
That you get in IKEA.
You do get them in IKEA, and like around this time of year too, they're all like Christmas snowflakes.
I quite like them.
Yeah, but on the table.
Yeah.
Although she's the colour of a table, isn't she?
It's not a great look for her ears, is it? I've never really noticed her ears.
Yeah, I quite like ears like that. Don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, I like a weird shaped kink
like an
ear.
Elfie ear.
Yeah, I like it. I think it shows character to the face.
I took the kids to a concert today, and the conductor had really like prominent ears. I mean, you're staring at the back of someone's head. That's like the feature, isn't it?
That's what you see. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I can't even begin to talk about Heather's. She looks like a 2000. She looks like she was in the early 2000s, late 90s, a bridesmaid.
Yeah, she looks like she's like tempted to put concealer on her lips.
Yeah, just.
How many boobs has she got in that dress?
All right, so I can count 3 in the peephole.
3. I can see 3, and that's not the right number.
No. Oh, sorry, listeners. By the way, I have a cold, so I'm going to be coughing and spluttering and sniffing.
Have we upgraded it to a cold?
That's not much. Yeah, I've upgraded it to a cold because at this point now, it's just it sounds like I have a cold.
Is it starting to? Is it collecting? Because when I saw you for dinner, it was just leaking.
It was just yeah, it doesn't leak as much. I'm drier now. So, like,
but
I
that
wake
just
up
means it's congesting somewhere else in your body.
I know. It was better when it was leaking. Oh, yeah. Just a fucking mess.
Those
Anyway.
are my words, I think. You got any more words?
I don't have any words on the sheet. Except for it does seem as though Alexis and John are together. Like, this is very much happening.
Like, this is definitely a thing. But this is a play. Like, surely everyone knows what's happening, right?
Well, I don't know. I don't think Shannon does.
Oh, no, but what does Shannon know?
Well,
in the world?
Yeah, fair.
Nothing. Right, what are we starting with?
Married to Medicine?
Confession, I've not watched Married to Medicine.
Oh, okay. So
the app is so fucking contentious.
Maybe it just doesn't like Married to Medicine.
No, because it doesn't like loads of people. It doesn't like loads of things. It doesn't like the beginning of the week. It basically warms up through the week, I think.
Fair. Well, basically, the whole gist of Married to Medicine was Quad building up her friendship and relationship with the girls again.
Okay.
So she's kind of been MIA. She's been avoiding people, and everyone's kind of upset with her, but don't really want to talk about it, and kind of tired of her antics. And Phaedra tries to facilitate Quad and the girls reuniting by having the most incredible event where she invites them all to a funeral, and she talks about the phoenix rising and all the rest of it, and then a casket gets wheeled in down the aisle and comes up to the end, and then the lid lifts up and it's Quad, and it's her resurrection. She's the phoenix that's rising, and they're burying the trials and tribulations of their relationships. They're burying all of the like pettiness and shenanigans.
But she's in a coffin.
Yeah. And then she gets lifted out by some of Phaedra's young boys. Yeah. And she's wearing white. Everyone else is in black. It's a whole moment. It is a whole moment.
I think it's putting like, and I don't believe in this shit, but I'm not sure you should get in a coffin.
I don't think you should even pick a coffin before you are dead. Like, I have real heebie-jeebie situations about it.
I think it's fine to write something down. Like, yeah, I think you can be prepared, but I don't think you should get in it.
Yeah. But I have to say, Phaedra had two incredible looks this episode. So the first look she had was when she went to Quad's house at the start. Her and Heavenly went to Quad's place at the start, and Quad and Heavenly were trying to sort out their situation. And Phaedra turned up in a early 2000s J-Lo.
This is what's back.
Yeah, early 2000s J-Lo fucking video vixen, all in one denim jumpsuit.
Oh, excellent.
She looked incredible. Like, excellent. I was here for it. Like, giving me J-Lo and Love Don't Cost a Thing video. Like, giving me, she was serving body. It was everything. And then the next time was in the back of the car when she was delivering the invitations to the event. So she turned up at everyone's door in like a blacked out Escalade. Nice. And she had like men in all black suits delivering like the invitation.
That's happy to invite people to my funeral.
Yeah, and it was in like a briefcase box or something, and no one wanted to open it. They were all terrified. They were like,
I think they're getting served.
Yeah, they were like half opening it and like running away. It was really funny, and Toya couldn't understand how they got past their security gate. She was like, "How did you get in the gate?" But Phaedra was sitting in the back of the car with some Angie K massive shades, but they were all black.
Okay.
She had a headscarf on and she had like a blonde wig, and she was giving me Mary J. Blige.
Oh, the references today.
I'm telling you, this night I'm here for the early 2000s and 90s when it's done correctly.
Okay.
Not when we're doing Karen with the blonde streaks and the weird pedal pushers and the flared trousers and the two gelled slicked pieces at the front of your hair where you got your hair in a high ponytail. Like, I'm not here for that. But if you're gonna serve me J-Lo and Mary J, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Take notes. Fair.
But anyway,
That
this
great.
burial, rising, he's risen from the dead, Easter, Christmas celebration didn't go very well.
That is a shock.
In the sense that Sweet Tea turned up and she wasn't invited.
Oh,
but
no,
actually, that didn't escalate as quick as it could have escalated between Quad and Sweet Tea, because Heavenly and Sweet Tea stood up and offered each other out. And Heavenly said, and I quote, "I'm gonna beat your ass just like your mother should have done." Yeah. So
I mean, we've seen her teeth. Do we know she didn't?
But so Sweet Tea and Heavenly, anyway, by the end of it, they're all okay-ish. Jackie's not having any.
Come back from that.
I know Jackie's not having any of it. She's tired of Quad. She's tired of all of the shenanigans. Like, it's just ridiculous. And they kind of all sort of settle the differences, and then they go into like the back room, you know, where you go after a funeral, and they have like fried chicken and collard greens.
I don't think I know about that room, but that room sounds good.
And then they go home. That's what happened.
Done. No funeral potatoes.
No funeral, but they had fried chicken and collard greens.
It does sound good, but I just think with funeral potatoes, that's a good day. Sign me up. You know how you can be like a professional like witness at weddings and stuff? Can you like professionally go to funerals?
Yeah, I'm sure you can. There's some people out there that have got such an ego that they would 1000% pay you to go to their wedding. I mean, funeral.
Freudian.
Yeah, well, I mean, get married to God again, or so, I don't know. What is it?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. We discussed
being
this.
A nun.
Me and religion don't go well.
Cool. So, Potomac.
Yes.
They are going to. They're going to Texas.
They're going to Austin, Texas. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I want to go to Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
Weren't you looking up living in Texas not that long ago?
Yeah, in Houston.
I mean, same meat, different gravy. Jesus.
I don't know. I think Austin's kind of fun.
It's for weirdos. We'd fit right in.
I still just would be so uncomfortable knowing that people have guns. I genuinely couldn't hack it.
The whole of Texas has guns, not just Austin.
Yeah, no, I know, everywhere. That's what I mean. All of it, like, it's just too.
Every time you pull up to someone on a red light, I'd be like looking straight ahead, tensed up.
Okay, so they announced that they're going to Austin, but then we have some stuff before that, don't we?
Well, yes, the girls go shopping, don't they? Mia, Ashley, and Giselle.
Yeah.
And it basically is them rehashing everything that went down with
the
pickleball, and how the husband, Mr. Necker, was like offering Eddie out.
Oh,
yeah. I don't really think he was. I think he was just saying, if you're going to stand in something, say it with your whole chest, which I think is a very reasonable thing to say.
I think it is reasonable, but I think it is quite embarrassing for Mr. Necker, isn't it? Because you're there like on television being like, you unfriended me on Facebook.
Yeah. Well, I also realised as well that my son and Mr. Necker have the same haircut. I was like, oh shit, that's my boy's haircut. I just took him to the barber's to get that done.
You should look up what Mr. Necker's mum looks like. See how far we're taking this similarity.
Oh, yes. Yes. Got an African name. That's a good start.
It's a start. And then, yeah, because Giselle's saying that Eddie was like squaring up and like,
yeah.
And I'm like, was he? I think, again, she's sort of putting some Giselle on there, isn't she?
Well, that's like, saying that Chris was sexually inappropriate towards her.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I just think she hasn't learned, has she? I'm like, because that's on camera. We've seen that.
Or what she says to Candice when she's like, "For the safety of my family." Fuck off.
For the safety of my family.
When you've put a whole other family in
Candice is like, no, I think you mean my fucking family, dickhead.
Wow. I love me some Giselle, but that was just wow.
It's real, like her universe, isn't it? You're like, oh right, that's one over from here. We don't live there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, she was in Winter House this week.
Oh, was she?
She was in Jason's phone. She was in his phone. So he's the man in the phone. Well, she's the woman in the phone.
Play that to Karen.
Yeah.
Like, we do ring each other.
Yeah.
Then Necker goes to the fertility doctor.
I was so angry.
It's such a shit show. But I think there should be a correction, because the way she's like, in our culture, people expect you to have babies. And I'm like, that's every fucking culture.
It is. Everyone expects you to have babies by a certain point if you've got married.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1,000.
Like that's I think, and everyone I think feels it's like a particular pressure on their culture, but I think that's just how they get you. Just how the ancestors get you.
I know. I was really upset about that as well, because I watched Married to Medicine first, and I forgot to tell you about this. So the brat came back in to see Dr. Jackie.
Oh yeah,
and she's all swollen, and she's like having like older. She's 48, so she's having some issues, and obviously with Black women, the issues that they have when they're pregnant is like tenfold, etc. And Dr. Jackie did one of her 30-second, 45-second hit you with the hard facts and information. And he walked away like so informed. I was like
you're in your third term of pre-med.
Yeah, and it was like, you know how Black women are like basically die more. They have so many more complications, and it's not even just because of any genetic makeup. It's more of the fact that when they get taken to the facility to get treatment, they're already treated badly. Yeah, and
people
then
expect a higher pain tolerance. So
exactly. So I watched that. And then I watched Necker get completely ignored by her doctor.
Completely walked over by her doctor and her husband, who is a doctor.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How is this happening?
And she's so, like, frustrated by it.
She's not...
Like, understandably.
I felt for her. I really, really got me.
And when she was like, you didn't want to come and now you're fucking talking over me. I was like, yeah, you're a prick.
Yeah.
And her doctor was so like, it was so off the cuff. Like, oh, you're fine. Like, there was no concern.
Yeah.
Just think.
Yeah.
And like, that's probably like, I'm like, that's the best show you can put on because there's a film crew here. What do you like to other people?
Yeah. I reckon, I mean, then I reckon she should fly to Atlanta and go see Simone or Jackie.
Yeah.
Actually get some like proper help.
Just somebody who treats you like a human. Even if it's the same outcome, if it's delivered in a different way, it's a big difference, isn't it?
1000%.
So then we see Mia and G go to therapy.
Oh, we've missed Wendy and Eddie going out in their orange and yellow outfits.
Yeah, they go to lunch.
They do, and he orders a stiff drink, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm tired, and I deserve alcohol." Here for it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm buying what Wendy's selling. Like everyone believes Necker, don't they? And I sort of think, yeah, I think I agree.
But like we've said, though, you can't come at someone with that level of accusation unless it's true. Because if you're trying to stay on a TV show for outside of anything else, making up something of that gravity is not going to keep you on the show.
Okay.
And then you have the facts of it just being wrong. If you're a God-fearing woman, you shouldn't be lying on the people like this.
But it just all is so... It's like she doesn't know we've seen any of the other episodes all the time.
I know. And then she doesn't help herself later on in the episode, does she?
No, she does not.
Yeah. Anyway, but G and Mia go to therapy.
Yeah, they talk about how they had a divorce attorney at one point. Yeah. And they've had to downsize. And she says that he was trying to get him to retire and he was like pushing the shareholders, and that's like what fucked everything.
Yeah. So, and then someone stole their money.
Yeah. Or mishandled their money. So she tells Robin that, doesn't she?
Yeah, and the person is that later as well.
Yeah, the lawyer
Yeah, that's
stole
in
money from
Austin.
them.
Yeah.
Died by suicide, which is then the same. Like I sort of, it took me so long to like be like, why is she telling Robin this? And then I was like, oh, of course. It was a proper, like, you could feel the cogs trying to turn in my brain.
Oh, you shouldn't like Brian Molin. I don't know if I pronounced his name correctly, but he's the guy who ghostwrote Erica's book, and he's like a
Right.
housewife.
Oh yeah, it's Moylan, isn't it?
There we go. Yeah,
Yeah.
a housewife, fucking genius guru. Love him. Shout out to him. He created a quiz, like a sayings quiz for like the end of the year,
Right.
like who said what. And I got one wrong, but it was about below deck, so I will allow myself because it wasn't just about the housewives. But yeah, you wouldn't be very good at that. No. And do you know what else is
my brain is like a sieve. That's why it's all so exciting.
What's even more difficult is that the answers are eerily similar.
Oh.
So like
that's like savant level.
Yeah, so I'm just like so impressed with myself. But as soon as I clicked the wrong answer on the question, I knew it was wrong. As soon as I was like, no, I was so mad at myself.
At least you're not hanging on to it. At least
I
you've
was
let it go.
fucking raging, Rosie. I was raging.
Was.
Okay, I still am. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, sorry.
So then we see Giselle getting ready to go away, and she talks to her daughter about how she's in charge. It was excellent. I fucking love teenagers, man.
None of my business.
Well, you do if they're trying to bring boys home. It's not my business.
Pastor's daughters, what I'm saying.
So then we're in the car, and this is when Karen gets into the pies. Did you follow the pies? I didn't follow the pies at all.
I actually get it. I do.
Okay.
I get the pie situation.
So is half the pie Juan and half the pie Robin, or is all of the pie Robin?
All of the pie is Robin, and the pie symbolizes her relationship with Robin. So right now, she's not looking to consume. When you love something and you want it, you consume the entirety of it. So she's not consuming the entire pie right now. She's probably going to take maybe half the pie, because she's like half in, half out with this love of pie. Maybe it's a cherry. She's more into like a apple and crumb or apple rhubarb or something, you know?
Right. Okay.
And then so she's gonna put the half that she's not quite keen on in the freezer for later, so it doesn't go bad. It doesn't go off. It has the ability to come out and thaw.
Okay, so it's not irreversible, but we're just not there yet.
We're not full pie stage.
We're only on like a kind of acquaintance level.
Absolutely. Like, you know, the handshake.
Yes,
but maybe a bit less than the handshake, because we're not even at handshake now. We're at pie.
Handshake is half of, surely. So that I sort of vaguely understood, and then we get to the hotel, and then we start discussing fourths of the pie, and I'm just like, it's a quarter. I'm pretty sure everyone knows it's a quarter.
So you and Robin, obviously, and me too, but you, Robin, were the only two people in that entire situation who probably said it's a quarter. Like, Robin catches them out with maths all the time. And this is why it's very shocking that she lost all of their money, because she's actually quite savvy. Because when Mia was talking about her age gap with Gordon,
oh yeah,
she said she went straight in with the actual facts. And now with the pie situation, she knew it was a quarter.
A fourth.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure technically it could be a fourth, but that's just
it is a fourth.
But it's not the parlance, is it? That's not what people say. Just like when people talk about how old their kids are in months when they're like over a year.
No. 18 months is your last one.
I got a 26-month-old. You're like, no, you haven't. You've got a 2-year-old.
Yeah, and some change. Jesus.
Yeah. So they all go to their hotel. They all think their hotel is nice. They all open their curtains. Is it a construction site?
But Mia sees the bright side. It means that the city's up and coming.
Yeah. I was like, that is some entrepreneurial vision there.
That's a CEO mentality.
That is a CEO mentality. So then they all get dressed to go to the pool, where they have to fully walk outside into the pavement and round the street to get to the pool.
Yeah.
That's not how hotels work.
No. But when they're under construction, maybe.
Maybe. I just think I would like a sort of, I don't know,
a private
gate,
walkway,
a shield, something, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I
I
just
agree.
felt like they were quite exposed.
The street doesn't need to see my cellulite walking to the pool.
Yeah, I just think I don't need to be on like actual pavement without underwear on.
No. See, whereas you strike me as someone who doesn't really wear underwear.
Yeah. I mean, I don't always wear underwear, but I think, but it's the swimwear, isn't it? It's the swimwear aspect.
It's not the same.
Swimwear is not pavement wear.
It's not pavement attire.
It's not pavement attire.
Okay.
And then Giselle gets into it with Candace.
Yeah, it's the safety of my children.
What was she worried was going to happen to her children? Was she worried Chris was going to come and flirt with her children? What is she actually saying there? Nothing.
That they're going to get made fun of. I abused because your mum is a lying bitch. I don't really know.
Again, that's not his fault.
I mean, I feel like that you did that to you. That's on you.
Yeah.
Are you sure your kids aren't going to get enough stick from you dating a 12-year-old? How old is this man?
Closer to their age than her age.
Right. Being fed sushi on national television. Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, it's not like she hasn't embarrassed them to this point, is it?
Absolutely. And they're a pastor's kid. Like, come on.
Yeah. It was a real stretch.
I would have been incensed if I was Candace.
Well, she was.
Yeah, fair, actually.
I do like that she brings up his kids in that context, and the rest of the time you would never in 1,000 years know he has children.
No, but I think...
Like, she doesn't reference them at all in their lives.
Yeah. I like the term bonus kids, though.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's a nice like mentality, isn't it, to be going into something with.
Yeah.
So then Mia and Robin, Mia like confesses to Robin about, and Robin, I felt a bit bad for her because she comes off as completely emotionless. But I thought that is a very shocking thing to hear, and especially if it then like rings so true.
It triggers something, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't think she comes off that emotionless. I think, like you say, it was that initial be brought back in, like she didn't see it coming and she's got brought right back into like
by that, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And then we talk about what so Mia walks into Wendy being like, let me tell you some horrible things my mum said about you. And she's like, I'm not sure how this is helping. And I agree with her. I don't know how this is helping. I'm like, I don't know what your point is, Wendy. I think
the point is not being made because it says quite clearly in that message that she wanted to pray against her.
Yeah, I'm like, I think you're trying to say that your mum is a good Christian, but all you're proving is that your mum is like a vindictive bitch.
Yeah. Who preys on people.
Yeah, but she didn't. But is the point that it's not witchcraft? It's just like good old-fashioned brimstone.
Yeah, I don't know what the point is, but it doesn't land. Like Catholic whatever damnation. It is. Oh, okay. Yeah, because Catholic damnation's up there, isn't it?
I mean, it's bad, but I don't think like middle-aged women can call it in. It's a very male-dominated thing, isn't it? Who gets to pass out the judgment?
Yeah, fair.
So, and then we start talking about Libby and Ivy, and they just lost all of it.
Well, if I didn't already kind of semi-believe Necker, I would 1000% be on her side after this. So not only is Wendy pretending like she doesn't even know who these people are, Bravo hits them with the receipts of how she was at her child's event.
She name-checked her.
Name-checked her about how she's an inspirational person who she wants her daughter to emulate. Like, that's someone you know.
You now, that person has
been in your house. Like, you don't just emulate random people.
You don't go, like your outfit, what's your name? I'm going to put you in the speech. Yeah. It's... But then it comes to why. Why does she not want... Why... So she knows her. So why is she pretending she doesn't know her? And why is she doing this stuff against her? I don't understand.
I think it's... I don't know. Could she be that threatened
just
by
jealous?
Her? Yeah.
Like, threatened.
I don't... I mean... Both?
It's just... I mean, yeah, no, they're like two sides of the same coin, aren't they? But it just sounds... insane.
Yeah, it's a bit bizarre. It is a bit
I mean,
bizarre.
her mum is quite unpredictable.
Which mum?
Wendy's mum.
Right, okay.
I would sort of believe that she might just go off on something. Like there could be something quite innocuous and she would get all twisted up. And
Oh, yeah,
maybe
1000%. But
and
she's Catholic. That's what we do.
Wendy can't turn around and go. Wendy can't really turn around and go like, "Oh, my mum's crazy."
Yeah, you can.
No, we can, but I don't think Wendy can.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Because she's not really Catholic. All good Catholics know my mum is insane is a great excuse. Or is that just us?
I think that's just us. Yeah, and that's it. That's the end of the episode.
That's it on the sipping scene, and I think everybody's just like, I don't know, but it sounds weird.
Yeah, I think this might be the last one for Wendy. I think she might be out.
I think she might have to be out. So like, oh, it's Trips Ahoy this week, isn't it?
Yeah, but this one's actually decent.
They go to Bermuda. They're getting off continent.
Yes. Out of the country as well, no?
Yeah, it's ours, isn't it?
I don't know. But all I know is that Monica is a real one. She was bleaching her mustache on national television.
But then she's so tanned.
Yeah, so it's going to look worse.
She's going to have like but surely it's going to bleach her skin. See, I don't know this, do I? Because
but why wouldn't you just get it removed? I don't understand why you would bleach it.
Maybe because if you're like really fuzzy, maybe if you like have it taken off, you've got to have your whole face waxed.
Well, I mean, I'm getting
I don't know.
Every week is like a different, like we're moving different sections of the face. Like right. I've spent thousands on laser on my face, and because I've got polycystic ovaries, it just keeps coming back.
But and Monica doesn't have thousands.
Huh?
Monica doesn't have thousands. She has $4.99.
Oh. Yeah. Some nair.
Oh, I can smell it. I can smell it now.
What was Veet called before it was called Veet? Yeah, I'm going to leave that with you.
Yeah, I'm only coming up with Vicks, but it's not that.
No, it was another V word.
Yeah.
Listen, if you know, tell me. Message me on Twitter.
Is that
let me know.
Things where it means like cunt in a different language or something?
Probably. Is that oil of Yule changed to oil of Ole? No, other way around.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Why? And it kind of just happened and no one spoke about it. I was like, are we not going to address this?
Are you having there be an announcement?
That's a whole
like a referendum.
When Starburst changed to Opal Fruits changed to Starburst, it was a whole thing.
News. It was.
And when Snickers marathon bars became Snickers, that was the whole thing.
See, I can't remember that. We're not that old that we remember that, are we?
I've just listen, why would you ruin my point? Like, you just completely shout on my point.
I'm sorry.
I was strong in my convictions. I had facts and receipts.
It's the GIF. Sif, GIF, GIF.
One.
But that's because it's a Is that because either because Spanish people can't say it, or it means vagina in slang in Spanish? I think that's the one where it is that.
I don't know. Anyway, random detour.
So they go on the plane to Bermuda. Meredith takes 2 Xanax accidentally.
And she doesn't understand that her shivers and how she feels is a come down. That's what that is called. That's usually a Tuesday for anyone who's went out partying on a Friday and a Saturday. That feeling happens to you on a Tuesday.
Oh, she's so cold and so like they're like, do we leave her? What do we do? I don't know why you would like. It's not a very long flight, is it?
I don't know.
And it didn't appear to be like the middle of the night. It wasn't 3 a.m. or anything.
Yeah, I know, but you don't like drugs. These people like drugs. It's nothing to do with the
difference. Better.
Yeah, I know. Do better. Absolutely. She probably thought she was hardcore because she takes ketamine normally.
Yeah.
And she was like, I can handle 2 sleeping pills. No, bitch, you can't. You really can't.
Is Xanax one of those things? I did sort of think like you have to get permission to use brands and stuff, don't you? But it's sort of so ubiquitous. It's a bit like Hoover now that it just means
a relaxing.
People say Xanax when they just mean anything that puts you to sleep.
Yeah. Like
but maybe, I'm
Benadryl.
sure they can get the real deal.
Oh yeah, they probably do it. Can we get it in this country? I don't think we do it, do we?
I don't think so.
Have it. No, because it's a problem. Like we don't have Oxycontin. We don't have any of those things. Because we have rules and regulations that control the drugs that we sell.
I mean, we have things.
Yeah, I know, but we
have
just
things that cause problems.
We have like heroin, crack. We just have the normal stuff.
So we get there, and
she doesn't get
Meredith
bathtub.
is out of her face. She doesn't get a bathtub.
Yeah, I do think the women were wrong for that. 1000% wrong for that.
I love it when they sit in their wrongness in the bus, and they're like, so who do you think should give up their room? And they're all like, because it's not me.
And every single one of them in their confessionals explain why they won't give her the bathtub room.
Because they want their room.
Well, one likes views, the other one uses it as a dirty clothes hamper. Like there is like real thought has been gone into this why they didn't want to give her the room.
See, I'd be like, well, I fucking love a bath. You can fuck off.
I would probably give my room up because I especially on holiday, I wouldn't take a bath. Yeah.
Really?
I'm just that type of person. I don't take a bath.
I wouldn't mind having a small room ever, but I would like, if there was the option of having a bath, I would definitely have a bath.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't. Yeah, on holiday, I wouldn't ever think to take a bath on holiday.
No, but if you're with all those women and it's so stressful, it's like an hour where you can just be out somewhere else.
I'd be in the ocean by myself.
Yeah.
Like floating in like a one of them think tank type things. What are they called? Not a hyperbaric chamber.
No, yeah. What is that called?
I don't know, but Eddie had one in Absolutely Fabulous.
So she's sick. She says they're all really selfish. She gets put on an IV because she's dehydrated. Like,
and she gets glam done at the same time. Fucking legend.
I'd be so embarrassed if I had to have an IV. Like, I'd have to pretend for the next 2 days that I was dead. I'd be like, it's too embarrassing just to be like, well, I just like didn't drink anything and went on a plane.
How do they get so dehydrated? Every time a housewife has an IV, it's because they're dehydrated. How? What do they do?
I don't know. I assume they're just getting drunk and not taking any liquid, and then, yeah. Being on planes does dehydrate you, doesn't it?
Well,
but not
that
to the
much.
point that most people need an IV.
Yeah.
I think it's just all those American, like, culture Sue things. I think if they can pinch your skin, they're like, quick, get some fluid in her. And they're probably all so thin and hungry that they all like dehydrate all the time, aren't they?
This is true. This is very
like those
true.
Bodybuilders.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed Heather and Lisa's conversation where Heather told Lisa that Whitney was really proud of herself because she made Lisa a better person.
Heather! She's stirring the pot.
But I don't think she is. I think she generally didn't understand that there was anything wrong with what she said. I think she truly believes that's
what she's doing.
No, I think that's the Mormon in her, where she was all self-righteous and like, we make everything better. No?
No, I think she knows what she was doing, and I think she knew what she was doing at dinner.
Oh, at dinner, that was a whole thing.
Yeah, I thought she was like, I thought she was aware. Before that, they go onto the beach and they have
the rum
educational rum tasting.
Yeah,
I like the idea of educational rum, but I would like to point out that is not how Caribbean people pour rum.
No,
like with this measuring.
Yeah, but why would you measure rum?
Exactly.
I don't understand.
Yeah, and they're having, like, they say it's like cocktails. It's like a dark and stormy. I'm like, I'm not sure if it's a cocktail if we've got 2 ingredients.
It's just a drink. Anyway.
So Monica confesses at that point that she didn't drink at all until recently.
I mean,
because of her Mormonism, which I guess entirely makes sense, but it's sort
of... Does it though? Because she still fucked her brother-in-law for 18 months. It doesn't... like, alcohol...
But that's something you can do without any, like...
alcohol... Your sister-in-law's husband. I just
think you're gonna have to go out and be seen buying alcohol. You're gonna have alcohol in your house, whereas you can, like, just fuck your brother-in-law in the downstairs toilet. Like,
but you can have vodka in the downstairs toilet.
But you have to have gone and bought it. People have to have seen you.
Fair. All right.
That's the defense. I would like to on record to say that I don't think it's okay to fuck your brother-in-law. I think
It
good will
depends
come
on
of
if he's
that.
hot or not.
I still don't think it's okay.
I'm joking. I would never.
You're like, no, mine's not hot.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that face said. So they go to dinner.
Oh God.
They're in the car. Meredith has rallied and she says how she doesn't feel respected.
She comes out, struts her stuff from her IV like she's on a fucking catwalk, comes in, sits in the Sprinter van, and fucking annihilates people verbally like she wasn't just laid up in bed 20 minutes ago. Ooh, that woman deserves an Emmy for
That's
that.
how you do it. Fucking rally, bitch. And everyone's like, no. But she still has no card to play, does she? Because I think it's such a leap to be like, I wasn't respected. Like, it's not a religion liking a bath. It's not like an inherent part of your personality.
No, but I can understand what she means, though. Like, everyone knows how she feels about a bathtub.
Yeah, but that's why it's so funny that she's so sensitive about it, isn't it? Like, you've built this bed and now you have to lie in it and not have a bath. Like, yeah, I just think it wasn't an appropriate use of the word respect.
Okay, fair. All right.
So they get there and everyone's like riled up and they go for dinner and Lisa's just like completely beyond agitated. And she's like, I need some bread and some Diet Coke and some calamari and some snails and some oysters and some mussels. And I was like, whoa, oh my word. And the guy's like, and for you, that still?
I have to say, my whole favourite part of that whole dinner was when Whitney told Heather to shut the fuck up. Now, I don't understand why that's such a big thing. Like, have I missed something?
Yeah, what you've missed is that Heather thinks she's the boss here.
Oh. Because I don't think shut the fuck up is that.
Salt Lake City and she's in charge and she's the big I am.
Because I don't think shut the fuck up is that big of a deal.
No, there are loads of things I would be more upset if you said to me.
She did say it with like, she said it with her whole chest. Like there was like
full
passion
conviction,
behind
yeah.
it. But
she meant it.
I don't know. I just feel like telling me to shut the fuck up wouldn't. If I was on a level of with someone as
we're
Whitney
not having a polite conversation, are we?
Yeah, but also like, as well, they're like they're blood.
Yeah.
So it's not like a stranger. If a stranger said it to me, oh, that stranger's not walking away from that conversation comfortably. But like, if I know the person, like
we're having a heated discussion, I think it's fine.
I just feel like it wasn't that big of a deal.
But this is after Lisa's being like really insensitive, awkward. Like sometimes I feel for her because I think she can't help it.
No, I don't think Lisa's aware of what Lisa does.
She's like, I was walking on eggshells. You did not tell me your friend had died. Like, this is not you cocked up here.
Yeah.
And then she's like, everyone deals with grief in their own way, but there's no need to be a bitch. Like, oh God, okay.
I mean, she's not wrong. But you just don't say that to people. You let the people be a bitch and you just keep it moving.
You get a bit of a pass, don't you? You
1000%, but you can think it. Yes, think it. You can say it out loud.
People. Just don't to them, yeah. Yeah, and then what the fuck? Because she's like, yeah, you said to Heather that you're making me a better person.
Yeah.
And Heather's like, that's exactly what I thought you said.
Yeah.
But no, it's not. You know what you're doing, bitch. You're winding her up. She was just like, oh, let's twist. Let's watch that spin out.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, it rains and they go home.
No, it rains and they go home and then they're having fish and chips somehow.
And mac and cheese.
And mac and cheese. And Meredith has fed Monica, has happily eaten this nugget about the Greek mafia.
Yeah. And she's obviously been the person who's orchestrated
She's
the
DMs. Person DM. Yeah. She's sending the DMs, absolutely.
1000%. And then she didn't want to brought up in camera.
Meredith
so then
Knox
she pretends
or something.
Yeah, so then she pretends like she doesn't know what she's saying because it's on camera, but it's so obvious. Everything is so obvious.
Oh, I did not hear about the bankruptcy, no.
I mean, name me one successful businessman who hasn't declared bankruptcy.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Like, I just think it's normal.
I don't think it's like it's bankruptcy is the thing that happens though, isn't it? Like it's not. I was going to say it's not a crime, but maybe it is a crime. I don't know.
Well, it depends
But
on what
like,
you've been doing to get bankrupt. If you've
yeah,
just run out of money, that's very different to if you've been stealing money.
yeah, but it's not like it's not like saying, oh, I found out she was committing fraud like Jen, or like convicted of murder or something, is it? Like,
yeah,
it's an error, but it's not like I don't think it'll destroy someone's life knowing that, and presumably it is also a case of public record.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
That's like, I don't think this is quite. I think, yeah, but Meredith is so calculated, isn't it? So we can all see.
But I think Meredith made a mistake of telling Monica, because I think Meredith thought that Monica was going to be like a little minion, like other women have been. And I'm like, no, bitch, Monica is not that
like,
one.
no, I'll take you down. I'll take everyone down.
Everyone is coming with me. Everyone.
Absolutely. What are we starting with? Miami?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we start and we're back in the opera party. She sings Limbiano, and Martina is like genuinely beaming.
I just loved all of it. I loved all of it. I loved seeing her genuine shock and concern when she saw Julia stand up.
Yep.
And then it was the awe of, oh my God. And there was the realization of how hard she would have had to have worked. And it was just like, it was everything.
It was lovely. And I was thinking about the music, because I'd sort of slightly poo-pooed it being like Traviata's like slightly entry-level opera. But actually they're singing about their love and how it's not supposed to be, and ultimately she dies, and she's sick, and his father has said that he can't be with her.
Oh.
So the idea that she's sick and she's dying, she's got a disease that is killing her, and she's professing her love to him, to sing to someone who has beaten cancer, just all of it. I was like, it's all very beautiful.
See, I didn't even know all of that, and I thought it was still beautiful. So it was like, it was deep on many levels.
It was beautiful, and then it's fucking immediately about Lisa.
Oh God.
I'm like, oh God, fuck off. And she's ranting, and like, yes, Lenny is a prick. Lenny's mother is a prick, absolutely. But I also don't understand I don't understand why he's in the house when you're getting dressed anyway.
How does he allow it in there? I would have changed the locks. That would have been the first thing I did.
You can't change the locks on someone's house when they are on the deed.
Can you not?
Well, you can, but you have to give them a key. You have to offer to give them a key, and that's here. I don't know about there. Yeah. If it's his house, you can't change the locks, because otherwise anyone could, couldn't they?
I feel like you're talking from experience.
I've tried, man. I've tried.
Bastard keeps coming home.
And his mum has said that the new girl is going to be a better mother than her.
I mean, she might be. I mean, I just like, I'm not sure Lisa's like, I'm sure Lisa loves her kids and she is a great mum, but like.
But she's not a great mum.
There's just certain elements that I'm like, ooh.
Oh, you're fucking those kids up.
Yeah. I mean, we all fucking our kids up in our own way.
Yeah. I think we're doing it in a way that's less immediately obvious.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
She's like the center of her world, though, isn't she? Whereas I think for a lot of parents, their kids are the center of their world. So
yeah, like I planned my life around my children's schedule. Yeah. Whereas I feel like she's just like, well, I'm not going to let that get in my way.
Yeah. Then it's Larsa and Gertie, and she's like, what's up? And she's like, well, you. And like Larsa doesn't understand that the testing is that she was testing her friendship, not that like she was testing to see if she has cancer. Like she knows she has cancer, dumb bitch. And she's like, you didn't say not to tell anyone. She's like, yes, I did.
And you made a joke about it.
But even if I didn't, it's implied. Like, if someone tells you they have cancer and they don't say to you, don't tell anyone, assume that you're not to tell people and if you're not sure, ask.
And Larson's not going to sit there and listen to her being called a liar and all the rest of it. I'm not going to listen to it. I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk away. Like, wow.
It's such a dickhead. And Marcus doesn't know where to look. He leaves and he is like...
Again, I've said this and I'm going to say it again. It speaks fucking volumes of his character.
That he's like, yeah, I'll sit with this crazy.
And not he may be checking her fine in private, but at this point, Marcus, baby, we need you to check her in public because we need to understand where your morals are. Because right now, I don't see them.
No. Whereas Russell's there and he's like, I'm not getting involved, but I'm standing in between you and that. I'm moving this chair so you can walk out. Like, no.
And like, what is it? Nicole said, go enjoy Russell in that white tux.
Yeah.
She's fucking winning.
She is now, but yeah, it's a shitty position to have been in. What a dickhead.
Yeah.
So then
the elevator doesn't go to the top floor for Larsa.
No, good lord, no. Not even close.
No.
Then we see Lisa going to look at flats.
For 6.9 million.
For a 3-bed.
And who knew that Larsa and Adriana would be the voice of reason to tell her to spend less money? Who knew?
Yeah. It's I mean, it's a low bar, right? I mean, it was
fucking
still
oxymoron, in it? Like, just...
But like, really? And also, it's just everything about him. Like, none of this says like exactly like we said. None of this says kid. This place doesn't look child friendly. There's
I have to walk past
everywhere.
water to get to my front door.
It's fucking every point.
There's
like,
edges. It's
everything is pointy and drownable. Like it's yeah. I'm like, this is someone who can't be asked to come downstairs when it's dinner time. You think these kids are going to be safe here?
Well, it's on one floor, isn't it?
Still,
that's the logic she's using. And then they're going to Palm Beach.
They're going to Palm Beach, and Larsa wants to bring Marcus. She's insufferable. Can I bring Jodie? You don't even fucking like Jodie.
No, you don't. But she says, isn't he perfect in every way? Like his penis, his body, everything is perfect. Ugh.
No, you're just sad because you wasted so much time with Lenny.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to overcorrect. Yeah, they're going to Palm Beach, which I think I was a bit like neutral about, and then we got there and I was like, oh wow.
Well, this is why they had that massive I tweeted, is it Palm Beach or West Palm? If you know, you know. Because it's like when Luann and Tinsley had that massive argument in New York because she kept saying Palm Beach, and Tinsley was like, she's not in Palm Beach, she's in West Palm, because Palm Beach is like one thing and West Palm is like something else. Something's affluent, something's not. I don't really know the difference, don't actually really care. But
that place delivered.
Huh?
That place delivered where they went. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
So they go sunflower cutting.
I love sunflowers. How did they ruin it for me? They made it so dramatic and unnecessary. And who travels without their EpiPen?
Oh my god! So irresponsible.
Like, that's the sort of shit that me and you would never be friends again about. Like,
no!
I don't fuck around with stuff like that. That stuff annoys me. And it, like, I can't be friends with someone who is that irresponsible, because if my life was in danger, I can't rely on you. If you're not going to protect yourself, you sure as hell aren't going to protect me. Fuck off.
No, what a dickhead. And it made me think, I was like, do I just not believe that you need an EpiPen?
Don't know. Maybe.
Because how could you not have an EpiPen with you?
Yeah, I don't know. I
like, it's not like you were going to a restaurant. Like, if you're allergic to bees, you're going to somewhere that is inherently flowers. Yeah, that was very stressful. Also, I found it really weird that they'd clearly dubbed Nicole's voice over the shots of her kid at the playground.
Oh, yeah.
Because maybe they'd thought it's going to look like they just don't give a shit. So she had to be like, hi, Grayson, I'm here. I can see you. I'm nearby. I was like, oh, this is very peculiar.
I didn't even think about that, but that's so true.
But I was like, because they made like a thing to be like, oh, she's brought him, and then
how am I hearing
playing
the mic
on his own?
How am I hearing the mic so strongly from so far away? Yes. Oh my God, Rosie. You broke the fourth wall there, mate.
I have. And then Julia thinks she's like breaking through to Alexia, and she's got layers. Also, Julia is so sunburnt.
So sunburned. So sunburned. Well, I wonder where she was.
But also, how would you? And then she's just walking around with it out. I'm like, you're out again in the sunlight. It's gonna get more burnt.
But this is the thing I have with people who burn. I don't feel like, apart from you're the only person I think I've really fully met that respects the burn process. Because everyone else is just like, you know you're going to burn. You're going to complain that you burn. But yeah, I don't see any steps to prevent it.
So, like, my entire wardrobe is like caters to the fact that I burn. Like, I don't have strappy dresses. I just don't have any of those things because I know that I'm not going to be able to move in the summer if I wear them.
Yeah.
Like, so everything I have is like, it's got shoulders.
Yeah.
And just,
I respect you a lot. I respect you a lot.
What is wrong with people?
I don't know.
Because that's the thing. I'm like, even worst case scenario, and I get caught out without sun cream, which I won't. And I don't have a hat, which I won't. I will. My clothing will be covering my skin.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. So then we get into if Alexia and Juliet are going to room together.
Oh God. So this is what I was telling you about on Thursday.
Yeah, I clocked. Once I was like, this is what we're talking about. So when they're at the sunflowers, she sort of says like, oh, I'm not really sure. I haven't like asked Todd.
But the way she said it there, I felt that was light and jovial, and I felt like that
she was trying to brush it off.
I feel like it was just a jokey thing, like, oh, it's not right, but I still feel like it was more of a jokey. Oh, Todd might have an issue with me sharing a room with a hot lesbian. Like, even though that shouldn't be a thought, but it would still be a thought if it was a man. So it's no different to that. That's how I took it.
Yeah, but then when they go shopping, then she like really doubles down, and she without saying, it's because you're gay.
I still haven't asked Todd permission. Yeah, which was more of a.
That's a whole different that's a whole different sentence, isn't it?
Yeah,
but I think Julia's too naive. How could you be so naive?
But it leads for me 1000%. I think Julia still thinking that the homophobia around lesbians isn't a thing is very cute. Like, because it's just as prominent as it is around men, like whatever.
Yeah,
like,
but I think it sort of comes out in slightly different ways, doesn't it? In that, like,
yeah,
like how there's never been laws against, like how in the Catholic Church and then in Catholic countries there's so many laws against being a gay man, and there are no laws against being a gay woman because the patriarchy and the fucking terrible men who were in charge didn't know that women got pleasure from sex, so didn't realize you could be a lesbian. But also they didn't understand that sex was a thing that women could do. They didn't realize it wasn't just a thing that happened to women by men. So there are like differences in the misogyny and the homophobia, but it's still very there.
Yeah. For me, the whole Alexa, so it took me, I had to take a minute. I know people were asking me to comment on it on Instagram, on Twitter rather, and I kind of did. I said, in the words of the Grand Dame, no one wants to see your vagina, Alexia, not even Todd. And that was kind of like my funny thing on it, because I do truly believe that in 160 characters or however many characters we get on Twitter, I could have articulated what it is that I wanted to say, and it's such a sensitive topic.
I really see what you're saying about Alexia's like closeted vibes. She seems just generally so unhappy and so robotic and so unnatural that closeted would make sense.
But if it's in a situation where you are just sharing a room with someone,
and you both know there's no chance you're going to sleep together regardless.
What, because the other person's gay? There's a problem. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Julia's not going to find her attractive regardless.
It's horrible, isn't it? Because it plays into this sort of like weird two stereotypes, isn't it? That like gay people are predators and that like lesbians are titillating.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
I just think, yeah.
I mean, to be honest, completely poo-poo her whole point of trying to like stand behind Julia here. I can't say that if I slept in the same room with Julia, I wouldn't be trying to bang it.
Yes, but that doesn't affect what Julia's doing. Does it? That doesn't make Julia more of a threat.
No, I'm a threat to Julia.
Yeah.
I am the predator in this situation.
I think, and like Julia looks so genuinely hurt, doesn't it? Because that's the thing. Because
it's disgusting.
But Alexia being married is a thing that you have to be, isn't it? Like you should be. You're above the age of consent. You should be married. Whereas Julia is married because she is in love. Like that is her partner. That is her soulmate. So her marriage, the idea that you'd question her fidelity in her marriage hurts her. Whereas to Alexia, it doesn't. She's like, yeah, people are married, but they fuck other people.
Yeah. And they fuck like, different genders too.
That says more about you.
And 1000%. Yeah, I just want to make it like very clear. Like, I don't think that Julia ever is a problem in this situation. I think there is a respect level and boundary that you need to have in a marriage, but it only needs to happen if there is ever a risk of a slip up.
Okay, I'm there.
And there's never going to be a risk of a slip up in this situation.
No.
Julia is not the problem. Alexia is the problem. Alexia is the one who's worried about Alexia.
Yeah.
So she's looking for a get out of jail free card. That's what she's looking for.
She fully thinks that everyone wants to fuck her. That's why she keeps marrying gay men, because she's like, everyone wants to fuck me. I'm like, he doesn't want to fuck you.
No, he needs a beard, honey.
Can we talk about when they get in the car and Marisol's like, I'm in Lenny's car, someone get a blue light.
Can we not?
I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, but Marisol's fantastic with the one-liners.
Yes, but people don't like that she. So then because there's various cars going on, don't they? And Julia is like being told that she should be upset that Marisol like didn't come to the party, and she's like, no, I'm not. She said she had a procedure. I'm not upset. And people are like, oh, you can't let that lie. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna. Because whether it's a lie or not, like, what's your fucking point? She thought it would be uncomfortable, and she thought it would kick off if she went, so she didn't go. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah, but why are people always trying to instigate shit? I can't be dealing with that.
Exactly.
I just can't.
And then fucking Larsa being like, opera's not that hard, and then she sings and it's like absolutely terrible.
Well, she doesn't think it is though, does she? Because she can't hear anything above the lips.
I'm like, can you hear yourself? And then they have the conversation. Marisol, Lisa, who is it? I don't know who the people are. About how she needs to stop wanging on to Jodie about Lenny.
Yeah. Kiki and them not in it.
Yeah. And is it?
But it's true.
I don't know. It's entirely true. And if you need a therapist or you need a friend or you need a buddy, but that's not a boyfriend, is it? Like, you've jumped into this relationship when you're clearly not ready to be in a relationship.
In between mouthfuls of cum, she's talking about Lenny.
I don't think there's any mouthfuls of cum.
Right.
I just think no.
I don't think she would tell no anyway, because how would you feel it? Past the lips. By the time you taste it, it's too late. It's hit the back of the throat and it's going down.
But she's all upset and she's like, this conversation's very negative.
Well, it is
and
negative.
it's none of your business. It's like, well, then shut the fuck up about it.
I'd have it both ways, bitch.
Yeah. And then they get to the house. And then Julia's upset because Marisol and Alexia are sharing a room.
Yeah. And then somehow at the end of the episode, Dr. Nicole's holding a dildo.
Oh, yeah. They've got to have a game where they've got to, like, find shit in people's bags. Seems like a very risky game.
Yeah. I don't know if I would travel with a dildo on a girls' trip. It comes up a lot on Housewives. But I think it's just because I get regular D, maybe. I don't know. Like, I don't feel like it's something that I would bring.
No.
I'd be too paranoid.
Like, are they there for like 3 days?
Yeah, 3 days is okay.
Yeah.
Like the shower head if you're out like a stretch, like Jesus. Like use the tools that God gave you. Shower head is good.
Yeah.
Anyway, Beverly Hills, let's go. Because I didn't get this whole episode for a whole entire day.
I know. When we saw each other for dinner, you were like, it's not there yet.
I was upset with Now TV, fuming. I know. I hear you all saying down your headphones that why are you still with Now TV? I know. But every time I try to leave, they give me discounts on other subscriptions. So what can I say?
Okay, so we're back in the dinner.
We're still in the THC phase.
And Sutton's like having a go at Kyle. And Kyle's saying, you just want my husband to be cheating on me.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't want anything. It's like, yeah, you fucking do. And then like you don't, and then she says like she's not like she doesn't seem very sad, and she says I can't afford to be depressed right now. Is that right?
Because she can't when she drinks, even if she has 2 glasses of wine, she feels depressed the next day. And she said, at the minute, I can't afford to be depressed right now, which I think is a very, very self-aware thing. Like if you're going through problems in your marriage, the last thing you want to do is then be like the next day, I fucking hate this guy.
Yeah.
I think that's very smart.
Here for it. I don't believe, Kyle, that that's sort of like it.
No, of course.
But this isn't how we treat our friends, is it? You don't be like, poke, break.
No. Can we talk about how I saw this on Twitter? And this is not a unique thought of mine. Sutton lighting the spliff at the table was reminiscent of the psychic smoking the electric cigarette, and it's all about Kyle's marriage. Yeah. I was like, fucking hell.
Beautiful.
That is just such a symmetrical fucking full circle.
Echo, foreshadowing.
Camille was there. Faye was there.
Fuck.
Yeah. Dinner Party from Hell, part 2. And it's all about Kyle.
God. Oh my God. That's beautiful. Well done, Bravo.
I mean, I don't know who told me that. I'm gonna have to who pointed it out. There's someone on Twitter.
You were right though. Whoever said this.
Yeah, you're a fucking genius.
And then they introduced the new girl, but I can't remember a damn thing about her.
No one cares. We told you we don't like her. Her husband's a rapist, and she has transgender issues. Yeah.
So then we get into the Denise of it all.
Oh my God.
Now, I've seen a lot of people saying they were very anxious watching this. Personally, I had a great time.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. There wasn't any part of it I didn't love. I'm not going to pretend like I wasn't slightly under the influence also when I finally got to watch it. But just...
So she starts up and she's like, this is so nice. And everyone goes, yeah. And then straight away she's like, you need to say sorry. You need to apologize to me, to Erica. And you're just like, and poor Erica is genuinely like, for why?
Yeah.
She's like, I've got pretty good record keeping. I'm not sure what I've done to you.
Yeah.
Like, why specifically me?
Oh, what did I like? Yeah.
So you need me to give you an example? And she's like, yes, please.
Yeah.
And then she just says like, I'm sorry. And everyone's like Garcelle's like, what the fuck is this? She's like, Erica, are you in there?
I like this Erica. This is giving me her first 1 to 2 seasons, Erica.
Yeah, she's a bit more calculated. I like it.
And yeah, she's not letting her emotion take over. I don't know, maybe her ego's deflated a little bit. Maybe she's
been humbled.
She's playing a character on TV right now, and I love it.
Yeah.
Whereas the Erica the last 2 seasons has been just who Erica truly is to her
like
core.
Fucking raw.
Erica,
yeah, which I don't think we can handle. We're not ready.
No, we're not ready. No, the public is not ready for that, Erica. But her first 2 seasons with Yolanda and all that Erica was playing a character on a TV show. She was acting.
When she was like bitch of the mansion.
And I loved it. And I'm loving this Erica where she is making sense. She's giving sound advice. She's
just looking at Denise like, this is perfect. Like, I don't know what you've done, but you are giving me such an opportunity.
So what do we think is wrong with Denise? She's not drunk because she's not slurring. She's just not making any sense.
Slurring. She's a little bit slurry.
I just feel like she's just not making any sense.
I feel but there's something happening, isn't there?
Yeah, she's on something. Definitely.
So then Dorit goes up to her and she's like, I think your coat's on backwards. And she's like, don't do that. I know what you're doing. And she's like, no, I think your coat is on upside down. And she's like, your coat's on upside down. She's like, I'm not wearing a coat.
She says to Kyle, can I talk to you? And then they walk around the thing.
Kyle's like,
and then she
like,
gets upset. She gets upset because there's the open window section to the bar. She's like, but then look at this. And she's like, but we can still see people. People can still see I absolutely pissed myself this whole episode. It was too much.
It was actually, you know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I don't think you do know what you're doing. And that's sort of excellent and funny, and I would watch it all the time. And then we go back to Sutton, and you're like, oh, this is horrible.
You've already lost 2 sisters. I'm done. I am done. I am done. I am snatching up the hair. I am snatching up the wig. I am snapping her twiggly legs and opening up that esophagus. I don't care how close your esophagus is, bitch. I would have ripped that shit open. And so what's this esophagus thing? Why can't she eat?
No, she's got an eating disorder.
But I thought she had a closed off esophagus.
You can't have a closed esophagus. You would die.
Yeah, but she can't eat certain foods, right?
I do think you can probably, I don't know, you can probably have a small esophagus. Who knows? It is quite, everyone has a small esophagus, don't they?
I don't know. I just feel like that she's using that as a reason as to why she doesn't eat. It was out of order for Carl to drop her in that, though. That wasn't cool. Like, don't do that. Huh?
And then she brings it up at the pickleball, doesn't she, as well, with the doctor, new doctor lady.
Anne-Marie, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, she runs there. Oh, and we're supposed to be surprised that she ran? Is it because they used their legs in Beverly Hills? Is that what that was? Like, why am I so shocked?
But yeah, the whole thing of like, this is about Kathy. And she said, you are friends. Kathy. I'm like,
yeah.
But Kyle's only brought up Kathy because you've talked about Kathy.
Yeah. Like, but I watched the new season of that Paris in Love show.
Oh, yeah.
And I believe every single word that Lisa Rinna has ever said about Kathy Hilton.
Oh, I believe everything anybody in the world has ever said about Kathy Hilton.
Horrible.
She's terrifying.
She's horrible. And she's horrible to Paris. She's horrible to, like, she loves Nikki.
She's horrible to Paris. There was all those things about when she was, like, a fucking prisoner in that school they sent her to where they just drugged her.
And she wouldn't listen. Like, it goes into that in the show, and it's really hard. And it's like seeing Paris with her kids.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to, like,
be a human.
Yeah, because she's never had it.
No parental influence at all.
Oh, it's heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking. I hate it. I hate all of it. What else happens? Nothing else happens, right?
Well, we see Kyle go and they talk about the esophagus and she doesn't understand that you don't have more than one sphincter in your body.
I didn't know that though. Did you?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so I think sphincter is pretty much just a relatively generic term for like a circle of muscle.
I generally just thought it was your asshole.
But if someone said to you, Sutton has a problem that her asshole is in her throat, you'd be like, yep, that tracks.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
And then we see a little bit of Dorit and PK, and Dorit wants to keep the kids in homeschool. And she's like, they're doing so well, even though the only lesson we see is them going, the cover's really important. It's the most important part of the book.
Of course, they're Dorit's child.
I'm like, there's literally a saying about that.
Yeah, but they're Dorit's child. You judge Dorit by how she looks, not by what's going on underneath any of it.
I think...
And I don't think a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old should be learning the same thing.
And I don't think... I agree with what PK says, isn't it? Of like, they are not in a position... He doesn't say it like this. But the truth is, they're not in a position to judge what is best for their education at 7.
Yeah.
And you are looking at it through a very tinted lens of your anxiety. So that's not the best answer. I think kids should have some agency over their education, but whether or not they go to school, are you really giving them all the facts? Are you really giving them a genuine option to choose? Because I think most children would choose to have friends.
1000%. Anything else above?
No, I think that's it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
At some point, there's a whole conversation about how people only get 4 hours of sleep. Is that when they're trying to figure out what's wrong with Denise?
No. What's right with Kyle?
What's right with Kyle?
Yeah, because she gets up at 4:30 in the morning and she works out for 3 hours and then she does this and then she does that. And Kyle's like, see, it's perfectly normal. And Anne-Marie's like, yeah, it's fine. The average person only needs 4 hours of sleep.
I don't think that's true, is it?
No. That's why you look like Anne-Marie. No one wants that.
I think Barack Obama only has 4 hours of sleep. Already had when he was president, but he had
that was president.
High-profile job, yeah.
Like,
and he looked awful by the end of it, didn't he? Like, he aged 10 years in 4 years.
Oh, 1000%. He looks horrendous.
He doesn't look horrendous, but it's.
I mean, he doesn't look like Michelle. Michelle looks fabulous. That bitch aged well.
Yeah. But also, I do find they're all living in such privilege. Like, the idea of just getting up early, like, entirely horrifies them.
Yeah. I would just hate the fact that I got up at 4:30 and I still have 18 hours of shit to do.
Oh, mate, I regularly wake up at 4:30. 4 is a very normal time. And yet, do I get shit done? No. Do I go and work out? No.
I don't know how you do it.
I
don't know how you do it. Anyway. All right.
I gotta go sleep now. It's my bedtime.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thanks for listening.
As always, rate, follow, and subscribe. Tell us what you think. Tell us all the ways we've upset you this week.
Yeah, there's been some stuff.
We've not rode Karen Huger. We've decided on a side.
We've not rode Karen Huger. Love it. All right, guys. Love you. Leave you. And I'll speak to you next week.
Bye all.